really good. I'm hoping that Ben Middlebrooks has a really a breakout year. I thought he was really good against Texas Tech. Michael, you can't say enough about him and what he did, in the NCAA tournament and the ACC tournament. Well, we've got three dudes that have transferred in that have all played in the ACC. Brandon Huntley Hatfield, Mike James, and Dontre Styles, and then you have a guy like Marcus Hill, who was a big scorer. So I couldn't tell you today who's going to accept the role as one of the guys. I've lost my leading scorer for probably the last 6-7 years, and so we got to figure out who's going to be this year.
What's impressed you the most about Georgetown transferring out Dontre Styles?
Oh, I love the way you put that, too. That's a man. That's a good man, yeah. Say that one more time.
Georgetown transfer.
There you go. So I love Dontrez. Can play some 3 and 4, super athletic. Can really, you can tell he really worked on his outside shot. When you look at his stats from last year playing in the Big East, very efficient from the 3-point line. He has a chance to be a really good player for us and wear a lot of different hats. I think he can rebound for us. I think he can get out in transition. I've already told him there's one thing that he will not accomplish here at NC State is when we have prime time with the Pac, he will not win the dunk contest. It's going to go to Trey Parker. And he didn't like that. He's like, I'm going to win the contest. So we'll see if I'm right about that.
You seem to have a very unique and versatile roster. Could you see lineups where you can go big with Ben and Brandon? And do you see lineups where you could have your maybe pass, Torn, Dorn, small ball 4?
Yeah, there you will see at some point Ben and also Brandon on the floor together. You can add Ish in there. You can, Dontrez is going to play some, Torn, Dorn, Rose, and all that other stuff. But we do have the versatility to match up with different styles and different people that we play, depending upon size.
What do you want to learn when you play against Purdue, either Ole Miss or BYU?
I just want to learn that we're competing and playing hard. These are early games, and it's my toughest challenge is when you got 8 new guys is to try to get them to be ready to play on Thanksgiving or obviously at the start of the season. And so it's a measuring stick that you want to see where you're at, but it's some opportunities for you to get some early wins.
Are the returning guys, are they carrying themselves in a different way this year? Do you sense like they have more of a belief rectification in themselves after what happened last year?
Man, they're walking around with major swag. I mean, these guys, I said it at my press conference a few weeks back. I mean, man, Ben Middlebrooks is having the time of his life. I got to slow him down a little bit. But they're excited. They're having a good time. And I'm talking about a little bit off the court right now. But when it comes to a work ethic and teaching the new guys what's expected at NC State, they've done a great job. We didn't become a really good team until late March when Michael started realizing that his voice matters. And he started talking. And, I looked around in one huddle and he's talking to somebody. I was like, hold on, is that Michael? Because he hadn't said a word all year long. And what we're trying to do is get the 8 new transfers to talk and be a part early. It's hard to talk when you don't know what you're saying, but you can say, hey, play harder, be here, and do those type of things.
How did March change you?
It didn't. It changed me in effect, not as a coach or the way I go about things. It changed me in as I got a chance to look at a group of guys that pretty much everybody gave up on, and outside of the guys in the locker room, and it really doubled down. Where as coaches, we all say that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Now, NC State basketball this year, it tells you everything about being a marathon. Like coaches, we all talk about, hey, you got to get your team ready for March. You got to be ready for March. And then obviously you take a beating all year long from everyone, and then your team might not be ready for March. We were prepared for March, and that was a good thing.
Still, 5 wins, 5 days. I mean, has it sunk in how enormous of an accomplishment that was?
It was, I usually go back and I watch every game, and I start at the beginning to the end. This year was so special, I started at the end. I got through Purdue real quick. I never rewinded that one, I didn't want to. But I watched every game backwards, and those 9 games I watched probably 4 or 5 times just to see. It was special. It was unbelievable. I'll be there if there's another team, hopefully in my lifetime, that wins 9 games, 9 elimination games in a row. I won't be standing there right beside them congratulating them because it's a tough thing to do. Our conditioning really showed through. We didn't, for those 5 games, there wasn't any breaks. This team was unique. On the way to shoot around doing DC, we would listen to rap music. We would put on every song. They never put on Biggie Smalls, which I liked, which I was disappointed. But on the way back, we would play Marvin Sapp. We would play all type of gospel music, Kurt Franklin, and the bond that you get when you win that many games in that many days. This team, man, is going to be forever remembered for what they did.
Yeah, his life changed. Recognized, what's different?
I don't, that's a good question. I don't think life has changed. I get a couple people every now and then say, I recognize your face, I know who you are. The ones who are not basketball fans, and there's like, I think you're, you guys will love this part of it. I think you're a newscaster, aren't you on TV? And I was like, yeah, that's me. That's me, yeah. So it hasn't changed. I mean, if anything, it's strengthened my faith and what I believe in and how hard you got to work and, a group of guys doing something special. It was really special to see this group of guys come together. Now, everybody will ask, well, how did you do it? One of the things was we never panicked because we lost 7 games by 5 points or less. 7 ACC games by at least 5 points or less. So we always knew we had a good basketball team. We just were not finishing. So we concentrated on more of ourselves and how can we get better than opposed to the opponents.
What was the swag for you? What's the swag for you?
Man, I've always said swag. I'll never believe that. But if you want to give me extra, I'll take it.
I would ask about one of your conference rivals experience. What does it mean to have Big Kelsey lead program back to kind of lift one up?
I think it's, listen, I was there. And for 3 years, and my 3 years may have been as assistant coach, we went to the Final Four, we went back and won the national championship, and we went to Sweet 16 before I got my job at UNC Wilmington. It's a special place, and if he can turn it around, it's a special place for Louisville, but it also helps our conference. And I hope all of our teams are really good because we just want to uplift the conference.
Jim Phillips was mentioning today in his press conference. He thinks that you guys the league does a better job of promoting itself, and it might result in more big swings in this last tournament. Do you think that's a valid idea, I guess, or is it?
Yeah, I think I'm rooting for all of our ACC teams to get some early wins because, basically it's coming down to the numbers. And if the numbers don't work, it doesn't look like we're getting a bunch of teams in. If we don't win the ACC tournament, we get 4 teams in, 4 out of 15. Now we got 18. So we as a collective group of coaches, we got to figure out, man, how to get back to the old days where we're getting 8, 9, 10 teams in, especially when you got 18.
But do you think it's going to need promotion and PR and doing a good job with that? Or?
I think promotion is important, but the most important thing is winning.
What kind of momentum do you have? Help NCAA maintain that top tier of college basketball programs, or do you not think about it?
Well, I think because of college basketball and where it is now, it's a 1-year deal. I mean, everything starts open, and it's not just me. It's everything starts open. So it wouldn't be fair for me to say the one thing that we can carry over is our culture and how hard we play. But this team has to create their own memories. I'm not going to say because DJ Burns is good and DJ Holmes is good, that team is good, and Casey Mosey and Modiera. It has nothing to do with this group. This group has to go out there and find their own way, and we got to figure it out. We got a long ways to go, but I do like our group.
Last 3 years,